Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I just wanted to sit and have a conversation with you all. You guys, still dealing with this allergy thing. Thank you for all the wonderful warm wishes and advice. I really, really appreciate everybody who's taking the time to write me. I'm fine. I just sound nuts, so bear with me here. But I wanted to get on mic because in my fever dreams, something has occurred to me that I wanted to talk to you all about. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. I keep obsessing about the paparazzi and Meghan and Harry, Meghan specifically, and how they just seem to be out and about living their lives. I can't even say that without laughing. And the photographers happen to know where they are at all times. Of course, this just happened this past weekend. We covered that. Definitely go back and watch that if you haven't seen it already. But it is amazing, right? And so I started thinking about, wow, that does happen to them a lot. And of course, you know where I'm going with this. They're calling the paparazzi on themselves constantly. So I started doing the math. And you guys, I figured out in the last 6 months, the times that I counted, again, very much on cold medicine, that, so I probably missed some. I called them 10 times in 6 months. So I grabbed pictures from these outings that they happened to be spotted on and thought we could have a conversation about them because it's interesting to see them all side by side. So again, thank you all for being here. Honk honk. Sorry about my voice. Here we go. Okay, so we're starting in February because remember, Spare came out the 10th of January and Meghan laid low for a while. So they were spotted at a members-only club in Los Angeles. And it happened to be as the news of the Frogmore eviction was released. Right after that, they happened to be out having their photographs made out and about, right? I call this Meghan wearing her jacket backwards photo. But here they are where people happen to know where their car's going to be and that they are going to be at this spot. Nobody else was photographed here, but Harry and Meghan were. I would also like to point out that this is one of the million times we see her in beige or brown. Why is that important? Because she specifically said in her interview that she had to wear beige and brown when she was with the royal family. And here's Harold looking like Zoolander getting out of the car. Here she is with her jacket on backwards. Again, expensive does not equal good. All right, let's go into March and see what happened there. So remember this. Meghan just happened to be doing charity work and a photographer happened to be there getting the photographs. Of course, this is how we all fold baby clothes, right? Totally natural, totally normal, not at all doing a look at me. See, I can still do that even with my cold. And showing off her jewelry. Then went for lunch and the paparazzi just happened to know where she was at and where she was going to be loading into the car. And people from the internet zoomed into her sunglasses and could see that there was a lone photographer there. So he just happened to be there on the sidewalk waiting for Meghan. What a coincidence, right? It's almost like she continues to call them on herself. It is interesting for people who really desperately wanted privacy. Yeah, right. They keep getting stalked by the paparazzi and, you know, I mean, 9 times in 6 months. Oh my goodness, what are they going to do? It's almost like it's worse here in America than it was in Britain. Also a total coincidence, I'm sure. These photos happen to be taken right as the Buckingham Palace announced that Prince and Princess titles would be given to Archie and Lily. Huh. Interesting. So you mean what you said on Oprah wasn't true? Whoa. So then we get into April. Now, during this time, they were playing the will they, won't they game with Coronation. You know, his dad was getting crowned king and he was dragging out whether or not he would go. So they were playing the will they, won't they. They were capitalizing on that news and they happened to be photographed at a basketball game. For whatever reason, she was wearing this outfit. Very expensive, very wrinkled. And also this was about the time she had signed with WME and it's the person that made this outfit is the wife of the person she signed with WME. Coincidence, right? All coincidence, not at all planned. Also acting surprised on the Jumbotron, even though it came out that they were alerted that they would be on the Jumbotron. They give, they will cling on to each other any chance they get, especially at royal events. But yet on the kiss cam, when they're actually encouraged to kiss, no, they're like, no, we won't do that. Okay. She was feeling herself in the wrinkled pink flamingo look, and I'm here for the memes. You guys, when I was pulling pictures for this, I hadn't seen this pic. Let's just take a look at her facial expression here. Woo, she was pissed that somebody was trying to steal focus from her. How dare they? All right, let's take a look at May. May was a super busy paparazzi month for them because, you know, coronation. So first we had this, again, coronation. She happened to be out on a hike. I'm using quotation marks there, air quotes, and posing up a storm like this. And you know how the paparazzi just know we're going to be hiking and happen to get photographs of her. What a weird coincidence. It's, again, she really does have the worst luck having all these pictures made, and they happen to know exactly where she's going to be at all times. I'm actually surprised that she hasn't come out and said, oh my gosh, they know where I am. It's crazy, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, here she is in all her hiking glory, you know, as you do. So these actually came out the day after coronation. Again, trying to steal some sort of headline for herself. I'm not sure. Didn't work. Found it hilarious. Again, look at these poses. All right. And then a few days after that, we got May, part 2. So a few days after coronation, they went for sushi. They went for a sushi date. And the whole thing was around this time, I believe it was her. And, you know, there were rumors swirling that she was pregnant. Dun, dun, dun. That's what we thought, is that she would put out a rumor that she was pregnant around coronation to try to steal some thunder. But then she ended up going for sushi with Harry. So here's some photos of them with sushi. I believe it was something like Cameron Diaz happened to be there. So then the story was she met up with Cameron Diaz for lunch. And Cameron Diaz was like, no, we just happened to be at the same place. I believe going at the same thing. And again, more brown, more beige. Huh, weird. And then again in May, again, it was a big month for the royals, so why not make it a big month for Harry and Meghan? You guys, my favorite one. Here we go. So the gold dress heard round the world, dressing like the Hertz counter. Couldn't be more smug or proud of themselves for the award, to which, did they win it? Did they give it to themselves? Did they buy it? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but they sure were proud to be there, and she took a lot of photos like this. You'd almost think that she was super excited about what was to come next, you know, that near catastrophic car chase. And there it is, sleepy, smirky, and sulky in the back seat. Oh my God, in the near catastrophic car chase. Not a seatbelt amongst them. Nope, not a care in the world, but yet they were in a near catastrophic car chase. I will never let this go. They just hope that time passes and we all forget. We won't forget. Still no information has come forward or come out about this near catastrophic car chase. And once again, the paparazzi just happened to be there getting photographs. Weird coincidence, right? All right, they had a really busy May. Now let's go into June and see what happened here. Oh, what's that? They got let go of Spotify. The Spotify news came out, and then all of a sudden, rumors were swirling that Meghan was in talks with Dior for a campaign. Turns out that's not even kind of true. And Dior felt so offended by this rumor that they even spoke out saying, no, not going to happen. So Meghan did the only thing she could do, took a, huffy walk around a parking lot. Her favorite thing to do. And once again, the paparazzi happened to know where she was. They happened to get the photographs of her, you guys. Again, she's walking around with security. She might want to up that security a little bit if they just happen to know where she is at all times when she's out and about and on important phone calls in a parking lot while carrying a briefcase. July's been a busy month for them as well. So we had the brown shorts incident, you guys. Again, favorite spot to be photographed in a parking lot. Here you go. Brown shorts, white shirt. Really likes those wrinkled white shirts, but again in brown. That fedora she loves so much. And once again, the paparazzi just happen to know where they are. Isn't that weird? Across a parking lot when they're all smiles and doing whatever they're doing here, killing time in a parking lot. They sure like to spend time in parking lots. That's what I'm saying. But don't worry, her allergy to ironing, she's avoided the iron at all costs. It's fine. She's a wrinkled mess as per usual. Business as usual for Meghan. These came out around the 3rd of July when they handed the keys back to Frogmore. They were given a long time to have to give those back. They were given back, so they were in the news for that. So, of course, they had to do the next logical thing and go hang out in a parking lot. All right, so the next one, July. Who could forget this one? This one just happened. July, this is the second photography incident. Again, they're just being harassed, right? The photographer happened to know that they would be at this event. It's a 4th of July event. And the pictures, of course, were not released on that day. They decided to release them when the Scottish coronation was happening. They tried to divert attention to themselves by releasing these photos of Harry that were very odd. We've talked about it in length. Go watch the videos on that, and I'll talk about why I don't know about these photos. Harry and this kid right here. We'll just leave it at that. So that's the second round that I could think of in July, and then leading us up to the latest that happened here in July. Let's take a look. Which leads us to our most recent one as of the time of this recording. If you're listening to this later, I'm sure they've done more dumb stuff. So this is incident number 10, where the paparazzi happened to know where she was. And look at that. She's playing Look at Me with a camera, smiling right at it. Huh, weird how they knew where each other was. Here she is at a farmer's market, and after we talked about this, you guys are so smart, and you put in the comments that allegedly this farmer's market wasn't open the day that they posted the pictures. Instead, they held on to them and posted these pictures to try to compete with the news of William and Catherine and the kids being at Wimbledon. And the very cute photos we got to see of Prince George and Princess Charlotte at the Wimbledon game, and of course she is trying to compete and put out photos of herself. Once again in a white wrinkled shirt, once again messy, once again in brown. Interesting. I thought she only could do that when she was in the royal family. Anyway, guys, I thought it was really interesting to see these 10 incidences side by side like this. It screams pathetic to me. That's all I could think of when I start looking back at what was going on with the actual royal family in England at the time and what these two were trying to do and how they were trying to divert attention to themselves. It's just kind of pathetic and still fun to watch. So that's what I wanted to get on and have a conversation with you all about it and look at all these side by side because I just find it completely fascinating. And I just can't help but think she's just desperately trying to cling on to any kind of, I don't know, limelight, I guess. Just interesting. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate you all. This has been a lot of fun. Again, apologies about the voice. I am just doing one a day right now, which kills me. I love to release more videos than this, but for now, I'm taking it easy, doing one a day. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and I can't wait to bring you more like this. You guys definitely check out the merch. Of course, we have our Drunk Goose Club. How funny is it? Again, I've talked about this in another video. As my voice goes, I sound more and more like a drunk goose, so I say, honk honk, everybody. Honk. And what else? Definitely check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can become an executive producer, and we do all kinds of bonus content over there, so check that out. But I'm going to thank my executive producers. A huge thank you to Linda. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you to Paige. Huge thank you to Teresa. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Aaron and Frank. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Ann M. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Ann H. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Glynis. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Adair Becker. Thank you to Erica. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Barb G. Thank you to Diana. Thank you, Allison B. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Lori. Thank you to Pauline. Thank you to KT. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you, Stromboli. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Loie. Thank you, Lucy H. Thank you to Georgia. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Robbins Landing. Thank you to Helen. Thank you to Mara. Thank you, Ashley C. Thank you to Molly. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sand Squid. Thank you to Rach. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Domby. Thank you, Android P. Thank you to Sheena. Thank you, Aaron M. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Spectrum Mom. Thank you, Vanessa B. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mimi Heathcote. Thank you, Misty. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you to Bree. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to Elvis Rose here on YouTube. Thank you to Lori. Thank you, Tim B. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Kathy with a C. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you to Patricia. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Ridley. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, John. Thank you, Donna D. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, 509 Cougs. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, BJ. Thank you, Big Bad John. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Duck Barf. Your name is always funny to me. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Vicky loves her corgi. Thank you, Charisse. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Genesee. Thank you, Essie. Thank you, Lady Grandmother. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Funky Buddha. And thank you, Trish. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Kate Coffee. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, K Cubed. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Stragoria. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Tiffany. Can you guys believe I ran out of namespace on the other one, so I had to start a new list here. It's just unbelievable. Thank you to everybody who has signed up to be an executive producer. If you're interested, definitely check out patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Thank you guys for everything. Have a great day. Bye-bye.